আসসালামু আলাইকুম এভরিওয়ান, সবাইকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি। আমি এনায়েতুর রহিম। আজকে আমাদের এই লাইভ স্ট্রিমে যারা সংযুক্ত হয়েছেন তাদের সকলকে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি আপনার ইন্টারেস্টের জন্য। আমি অনেকদিন ধরেই চিন্তা করছিলাম যে এই ধরনের একটি প্রোগ্রাম অফার করব, এবং সেজন্য আমি ফেসবুকে একটা পোস্ট দিই, এবং সেই পোস্ট থেকে যারা আগ্রহী তাদেরকে আমি একটা হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপে ইনভাইট করি, এবং সেখান থেকে আমি আহ, তাদের সাথেই মূলত এই লাইভ স্ট্রিমটি সম্প্রচার করছি। জাস্ট চেকিং যারা জয়েন করেছে কিনা। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। জাস্ট 1 মিনিট অপেক্ষা করবো যাতে সবাই জয়েন করার সুযোগ পায় আর কি। ইনশাআল্লাহ উইল স্টার্ট ইন 1 মিনিট। অলরাইট। তো আমাকে যারা অনলাইনে জয়েন করেছেন জুমে, এটা ওয়েবিনার মোডে আছে, সো আপনি অ্যাক্সিডেন্টালি নিজেকে আনমিউট করার সুযোগ নেই, বাট আপনি যদি কথা বলতে চান, সরাসরি কোয়েশ্চেন করতে চান, তাহলে আনমিউট করার রিকোয়েস্ট করতে পারেন। I'm not sure how exactly you do that, but there is a way. You can raise your hand or some kind of gesture, so I'll know and I'll unmute you. Please let me know through by writing a comment that if you can um, hear me and if you can see me, and if the audio is good enough. Okay. Can you write comment or not sure? All right.
Yes. Hello. Yes. The webinar chat looks disabled, so we
Chat is
can't
all.
really. Yeah, it's saying it's disabled, so we can't really type on it.
Okay.
Uh,
Chat. I'm not sure how to enable chat. Let me see. Hmm. Attendees can chat with a host and panelist. Okay, great. I just thanks for letting me know. I just enabled the chat and hopefully, okay, now it's working. Great, thank you. Awesome. All right. All right, so let me disable you for now so that it doesn't distract others. অলরাইট, সো আসসালামু আলাইকুম এভরিওয়ান, সবাইকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি। আমি এনায়েতুর রহিম। যারা আমার সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া পোস্টে এই ক্যারিয়ার ওয়েবিনারে ইন্টারেস্ট শো করেছেন তাদেরকে আমি একটা হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপে ইনভাইট করেছিলাম, এবং সেখানে আমি এই ওয়েবিনারের যে প্ল্যান সেটা সংক্ষেপে বলেছিলাম, বাট আজকে যেহেতু চ্যাট করে বা একটা গ্রুপে মেসেজের মাধ্যমে অনেক কিছু ক্লিয়ারলি বলা যায় না, সো এই জন্য আমি এই লাইভ সেশনের আয়োজন করেছি। তো ওয়েবিনার মোডে আছে, সো আপনি যদি কথা বলতে চান দেন ইউ হ্যাভ টু রেজ ইউর হ্যান্ড এন্ড দেন আই উইল আনমিউট ইউ and I will allow you to talk. Just so you know that this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on YouTube. So make sure if you show your videos or if you turn on your camera, make sure that you are aware that it is live streamed and it will be live streamed and it will be posted unedited. Okay, so make sure that you are aware of that. All right, so let's get started. We are in 3 minutes into it. It's been a busy day for me. It's Friday, end of the week. So quite honestly, I'm a little bit tired. So so my voice is not as strong. But I realized that, this is the best I can do. So I intended to develop or, draft a PowerPoint deck, but I did not I did not get the chance to do that. So I have a bullet list that I will go through, and then I'll let you ask questions afterwards. Okay. So without further ado, let's get started. So what this program is about, okay? So of course, this program is about, helping you guys, okay? So Bangladeshi folks, quite honestly, okay? So I want to help you guys um, to to prepare yourself to be kind of job ready, help you with the strategy to apply for jobs in the US because I'm living in the US, so I know about the US job market very well. And I think I have an edge that I can share with you and that I can help you with. Okay. Now, so that practically means you have to have work authorization in the US to to be able to apply for jobs in the US, right? Although you are all aware of the situation right now with the current administration, but there are still opportunities out there. If you have if you are legally authorized to work in this country in US, you will be benefited. Like that's my target audience. I'm gonna pick a few of you depending on your background and preparedness. I will pick you and then definitely I will mentor you. My plan is to help you throughout this year. So it's a 6-month program. Um, I haven't developed the entire plan yet, but tentatively, I will meet you all. I will hold this kind of live meeting once a month. So there will be 6 live meetings, inshallah. And what I will offer. So, of course, I will help you to become job ready for the US. Now, why it is important? So many of you, actually, what I have observed through my almost 10 years in the industry in the US, I found that students and people from our part of the world, meaning Bangladesh, not India, okay? Indians are way, way, way ahead of us, okay? So just be aware of that. And I'll tell you one thing. Just follow the Indians. Okay. So if you want to navigate this landscape or that kind of if you have questions or if you start a business or whatever in the US, follow Indians. They know way better than us. In general, that's what I'm saying. I did not mean that we don't have people, smart people in Bangladesh. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they are well ahead of the game. Okay, maybe 5, 10 years ahead of us. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you get the point. So they have a lot of resources. Okay, and they help each other, and you know it very well. Um, when I was transitioning from academia to industry, actually, one of my Indian friends actually tried to help me. Okay. And he told me that, the way I was approaching the job market, that's not going to help. That's not going to work. So that's a long time ago. But now that I have my own, I have my own experience and I helped several students in the past. I provided them with consulting, like if they had an interview, they would call me and I would guide them, like how to answer questions, what kind of questions they might ask, and so on. So what I'm trying to say is you need to have a strategy. Okay. So even if you are a graduate of Harvard or MIT, that's not a guarantee to land in a job. Of course, if you are an MIT graduate, then definitely you have a little bit of higher chance in the first year, in my opinion. And after that, your degree, the signboard, university name will not matter much. Okay. So that's based on my experience. I'm not undermining anyone, but that's my experience. So what matters is your strategy, your preparedness, your track record to get into the job. What do I mean by that? So I am in a position right now, I hire people, I interview people, and I know what what does a hiring manager want? Of course, from an Ivy League university, if you have a degree from a highly ranked university, that has an initial edge. But honestly, when I hire, I don't care about that because that is second. Well, that's actually not very valuable, quite honestly. The degree alone or the certificate alone is not valuable. What is important is whether you will be able to solve my problem, whether you will be able to, help the business. That's what matters. So that's my goal basically, to help you with the strategy. Now, what kind of strategy you need? So I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Um, and of course, as I told you already, that this is not about people who are in Bangladesh. Like if you are in Bangladesh, there is no way I can help you with getting a job in the US. To the best of my knowledge, it is not possible. Okay. But if you know how to do that, that's good for you. But I do not know. So I cannot help you with that. Those who are in the US and who are students, okay, you will get an OPT and others. I can help you. Like if I have, I want to select 5 students, and then some of you maybe like, maybe currently a student, you will be graduating, you'll be fine. But I'll tell you ahead of time, it is very hard, even with OPT, to get a job. Okay, these days, especially these days, um, the recruiters, the HR people, they do not want to hear the term sponsorship. You see the term? If they hear sponsorship, they don't like it. Even if you say, "Oh no, I don't need your sponsorship," but they'll say, "Oh, do you have a green card? Do you have a citizenship?" Okay, So that's kind of the challenge. But again, don't lose hope. It is still possible. With some companies, especially the bigger organization will hire you, but smaller organization will not hire people who need sponsorship. Okay, so why am I offering this service? Okay, so as I told you already, I believe honestly that I am in a position to share this with you and I can really help you. I believe so. All right, but definitely, I'm offering this time. This is for free. And then, of course, through this, I'll learn my process, develop my process. And if I'm successful, maybe, I might offer it professionally. Okay, but this time it is free. Now, what are the general strategies? So I'll give you a quick outline. Okay, again, these information are not new. There, you will find this on YouTube, but the thing is, finding the right information, finding the right source is difficult. There are thousands of videos, right? But you don't have time to watch all of these, right? So that's why I think I can help you with that. So what are the primary strategies? Okay, so first thing is, you need to prepare ahead of time. Okay. Don't wait till you graduate. And this is what I see among Bangladeshi folks. Okay. They think that, oh, no, I don't have time. I'll, after I finish my degree, I'll then think about it. By the time, you are at least 1 year behind. Okay. So just hear me out loud. You will be 1 year behind if you wait till you graduate. So you have to start 1 year ahead, meaning, you'll be graduating next year, like 1 year from now, you should start now. So that's the first thing. All right. Now, in the data analytics, there are literally unlimited type of works that company hire someone for. Okay, so you cannot prepare yourself for all kinds of jobs. It's literally impossible. So what you have to do is, my recommendation, identify 2 broad area. Like I work in healthcare. Okay, you might like finance, someone might like retail. So you pick 1 or 2 broad areas, and within that you narrow down to two, 2 areas. What I mean by that? I am in a healthcare space. So in healthcare, US healthcare, there are broadly um, the different types of jobs or companies. One is what you call the provider, hospitals, where we go for primary care or emergency care. That's one type. Another type is insurance. We call them payer, who pays for our bills, right? The insurance companies. And the other side is the manufacturers of medicine, the drugs, right? So like pharma companies. So I have worked in all three of these. So that's why I know a little bit about the US healthcare. I know a little bit, okay? Honestly, US healthcare is really complex. Okay, I know a little bit. So that's what I mean. So if you are interested in healthcare, then you can focus on either pharma or hospital or insurance, depending on your interest. So that's what I meant. So if you are interested in finance, which I have no experience, knowledge about, so you try to find, focus on this kind of areas. Do you want to go for investment banking? Do you want to go for retail banking or whatever, right? You know that. So you get the point. That's strategy number two. You focus on two um, kind of broad focus area, and then you have to develop two separate resumes targeting those two domains. Okay, those two types of companies who you want to work for. All right, and then you have to build a track record. That's very important. Hiring managers love that. Okay. So if you want to work in a hospital, okay, so you have to be familiar with the type of jargon that we use in the hospital setting. Okay. So you have to be familiar with different types of diseases and their billing codes and what kind of analysis is done, what type of data, electronic health records, and so on. Okay. So you have to be familiar. Why it is important? I'll tell you one secret, okay, that no one will tell you probably. Hiring managers love someone who speaks their language, meaning the language I speak. You have to speak that language. What do I mean by that? It means the jargon, the words, the jargons that we use in our day-to-day work. If you speak that, immediately the manager feel that, oh, okay, he knows the stuff, he knows our environment. So that's a big plus. So you have to be familiar with that jargon, the industry jargon. You have to talk about that. You have to use those kind of terminologies. Okay, so that's one thing. So that's building the track record. So building the track record means you can either volunteer someone or do some free work for for that industry. Or if you don't have that opportunity, of course you will have those opportunities through internship and others, of course. But other than that, you can try to find some voluntary work and you can do that. Or at least you have to do on your own, and it should be beyond your classroom project. Remember that. Okay, classroom is good. Okay, classroom activity project is good, but again, in general, industry people, they value less. Okay, so it is valuable, but again, if you have done something really practical, that weigh heavily. Okay, that's what I meant. All right, so building the track record, plan ahead, prepare for at least six months to 12 months. My recommendation is 1 year. Okay, 12 months. You should start preparing yourself. Then the third one is getting familiar with the job market. And that starts 1 year before you actually apply. Okay. So if you want to start now, you will be ready to apply next year. Okay. Or at least later in this year. Why is this important? Think about it. If you are not familiar with the game of cricket, right? We love cricket, right? Let's say you're not familiar at all. Would you go for a test match or like a one-day match? Would you understand anything? You will not enjoy the game, right? You have to know it. And knowing a game, understanding a game takes time. So applying for job or going navigating the job or the hiring process, it's like a game. You have to know it. You have to know the land. You have to know the landscape. You have to know the which company might hire what type of skill set, or look for what type of skill set. Do you have that or not? If not, you have to build your portfolio. You have to build that track record, then you can apply for that position. Okay, so these are the three things I will help you with. Okay, so I'll help you with selecting your two broad focus areas. I'll help you building your resumes. I'll not write your resume. Resume cannot be written. You have to develop it, build it yourself. I will give feedback. Okay, there are strategies how to craft your resume. I can help you with that. And then I'll also help you if you get interview call. I'll have one-on-one session to help you kind of prepare you for that interview. Okay. And if time permits, maybe I'll probably offer maybe one or two mock interviews if time permits. Okay, so that's kind of my goal. All right. Okay. So now, what do you need for this to become a mentee? Like who I should take as a mentee? I'm not gonna teach you anything, because I'm not gonna teach you like how to write Python code. I'm not gonna teach you how to analyze data. That's not my goal, right? So it's not possible. Right? I cannot offer it for free. Well, even for paid, I don't have that time. Honestly, I cannot do that. So you should have experience building, writing codes, running models, analyzing data, meaning handling data. You should be very comfortable handling data. Okay, so if you have that, then you are ready for this offer, this mentorship. Okay, so um, all right. So I think that's all. I'll let you ask me question. All right. So very nice. Let me see if there is anyone on the YouTube. Okay. Nobody's on the YouTube. All right. So YouTube, if those who are watching on YouTube, you can post your question as a comment and I'll try to answer. All right. So okay, Jamal. So Jamal, you're allowed to talk. Unmute yourself and you can talk. Jamal, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So, I'm Jamal. Currently, I'm working in a manufacturing company as a data analyst, as well as I have been. I'm going to graduate in August. Commencement in August, but my coursework and everything is done. My question is, since you said you will select a few folks from the people who will attend here, so what will be the criteria to select all those folks?
So I don't have any specific criteria, but what I'll look for is, as I mentioned, if they are ready for jobs. Like for example, if you're already working as a data analyst or data scientist, definitely you are ready for switching or applying for another job. So you are definitely ready. So this is
Yeah,
a one.
because I have not because this summer is my last semester, so
Right.
yeah. But I got opportunity and I just started my OPT. So
Oh, that's very good. Yeah, definitely. These are the type of skill set, or that's what I meant by job readiness. Meaning, are
yes,
you
sir.
ready for
Yeah.
jobs?
So but I did not work with healthcare data before, even not now. Mostly I work with the financials and supply chain stuffs
That's
and
fine.
yeah, and
That's
sales
fine. But
sales stuffs.
that's fine. But the thing is, because I have healthcare background, so I'll be, for example, if you are interested in the financial sector, I'll not be able to help you find like what type of, because I'm not familiar with finance, right? So in that case, you have to figure it out, but I can still help you. For example, if you were
Yeah,
to,
so yeah, I believe that definitely it will be, because I was feeling like since in from our country actually there are no people in this industry, very few in the industries, especially data science and data analyst fields. So that's why I'm following you for a longer time. Like your explanation is like more understandable to me than other like mentor from USA or India. So yeah, I believe it will help us a lot.
all right,
And
yeah, great,
yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
thank
So, after this, I'll think about it. Like, I'll probably create some kind of Google form where I would ask some basic questions. Like, for example, are you in the US? If not, that's it. You're not, I cannot take you. That kind of thing. And then I'll probably ask you to, write something like, tell me about you, like what you are currently doing or jobs or what kind of experience you have. What I don't want is, a lot of people, again, just when I posted this on Facebook, I got a lot of messages. And when I got a messages, I immediately know they did not read it. You see that? They are
you.
immediately disqualified, right? So I did not even open their messages because they are not supposed to message me, right? That's one this the
Yeah,
people.
I also noticed that most of the
Right.
people from were from Bangladesh actually.
Right. Yeah. Again, I clearly mentioned that in the US. So again, so that means they don't read it, so they are not qualified. So again, I know some people who are interested to get into a mentorship, but again, my resource is limited, right? So although I understand their eagerness and the value that they will get, but again, I cannot help everyone, right? That's just the reality of life. Yeah.
Yeah, my realization is like, we needed like uh, everything is actually all the resources and everything is available. We need just guidelines. So what we should do.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's the most important thing.
All right, Jamal. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Omar
Thank you.
Farooq, go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your mentoring time. I'm a student. I'm a PhD student, just completed with the coursework, and I had a internship like placement with the hospital. Like it's. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I did an internship with a hospital that's name is Holy Name Hospital in New Jersey. But as my coursework is done and I recently get my work authorization, I recently got my green card, so I'm looking for some full-time
Perfect.
position in healthcare. So
Sure.
so that's yeah, as the Jamal Bhai also mentioned that I need some guidelines also in this position. Yeah, so
Of course, yeah. So yeah, these are the type of people I can probably help. Okay. So definitely watch out for that form when I share that on that WhatsApp group. And then we'll go from there.
sure. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Ragib Shahriar. Right?
Um, Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Thank you, sir, for your initiative to launch this kind of event for us, especially the student in US who are struggling to get jobs. So I'm in the same situation. I was applying for jobs. Basically, I recently graduated with masters, and I am also in the path of green card. My I-140 got approved, so I am in the second step, and hopefully I will get my green card within 8 to 9 months. So I think I'm the right step to work with you, and maybe I already have some experience applying for jobs and giving some interview, but unfortunately they didn't work out. But
Listen.
I was close maybe in the last step, but it didn't work out. So I believe like you are working with a you will guide a student like data science and also machine learning background, right? And my background is same.
Yeah.
So my question is like, now you are working with like a specific type of application. For example, your job may be in healthcare, but machine learning has different type of application like in robotics and also autonomous vehicle and other type companies. So I mean, your program will be universal, right? Not in a particular direction. So to guide a student, am I right?
Well, of course, yeah. But for example, I can tell you, um, for instance, robotics or autonomous vehicles. In those companies, okay, think about it. How many companies are hiring um, in those specific application areas? So you have to think practically, right? How many? What are the opportunities? And who are competing there? So is that the best strategy for you? So we have to think. So that kind of question I'll throw at you. Okay. Then you
Yeah,
will think
got it.
about it. And then, of course, for example, yeah, computer vision. What is the application of computer vision? For example, in the healthcare, zero. There is no use of computer vision. We don't do it. It's needed for autonomous vehicle, right? Think about it. And what is the one company that is available in the US? Tesla. Right? There's no other, based on what I know. Maybe there are some startup companies, but those are all in California, and they will hire who they will hire? They will hire from Google. They will hire from the ones who graduated from the California universities in California. They have completed an internship in those companies and so on. So these are the things I can help you with. Building your strategy, developing strategy, or developing the right strategy. Okay. So of course, it depends on your interest. If you are really interested in, of course, yeah, you want to work in Tesla, for example, of course, go for it. If you are, ready to take that challenge, of course, you can go ahead, no problem. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Thank you, sir. And I believe, like as Jamal Bhai mentioned, that we need guidance basically to
Yeah.
go through the resources, and then we need to prepare ourselves in a best way so that we can compete with others. And as you mentioned, that you will help us to maybe some guidance through the interview process. That will be also helpful from because your experience is almost like, I would say, maybe more than decades. So yeah, absolutely, it will be
Sure.
helpful. And thank you again.
Sure. Inshallah. Thank you so much. Okay. Who wants? Mash. Sorry, not in any particular order. I just see the names. So
Thank
those
you.
who have already spoken, please put your hand down so that I know who is new. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Thank you for your time. My name is Masadul. I'm sorry, I couldn't sign into my Zoom on time, so they're just using the nickname I use usually. So sorry again, thank you for your time. And I think this is a great initiative. For me, I don't want to get too much into my background right now. It's not the space for it. But I am basically sort of in an unemployment situation due to the current, as you mentioned at first, due to the current administration's shenanigans, let's just say. And some experience or guidance from a person who has been in this, like in this general field would be very much appreciated, of course. I have to admit, though, my biggest weakness would be the issue of networking, if that's the term we want to go for, where I don't really have good connected networks where I could talk to people about unemployment or jobs, etc. First question would be if your mentorship will address that sort of skill set. And secondly, this one is a slightly, I'll make it less tangential. I was informed about this meeting through my friend who sort of like follows you. I am not much aware of you or your background, sadly. And I know this is probably not the place to ask, but I think it would be useful as to be part of this video content that you're making. So like if you could give us sort of like a very general introduction of your experience
Okay.
over the years, that would be like helpful for everyone, I think. So yeah,
Makes
thank you.
sense. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So, yeah, I kind of assume that those who know me or those who signed up, they already know me. That's my assumption. But of course, that's not always true. So, briefly, I started my career as an academic. I have a stat background. I graduated from Dhaka University in applied statistics. I was a faculty there at Dhaka University before coming to Canada for my PhD, master's and PhD. I finished it there, and then I came to US as a faculty. I started my career in the academia in the US. I was teaching graduate level statistics courses, and then 2015, that's about 10 years ago, little close to 10 years, when I transitioned to industry. So I was in academia, and then I transitioned to industry in the healthcare space as a data scientist. So I started my career as a data scientist in the hospital setting. In the neuroscience department, I used to work with surgeons, neurosurgeons, and so on. And then I left that job and then moved up to work in the insurance space. I worked for Cigna. So Cigna is one of the large insurance provider in the US. So I worked there, and there I got exposed to really massive data. What do you call like a terabyte size data, really massive. Then I didn't like that kind of work, and then now I'm working at a pharma company. So we manufacture drug. We work with clinical trials. Okay. So as a data scientist, currently my current title is Senior Director, Advanced Analytics. So I lead the Advanced Analytic Initiative um, to analyze clinical trials data using machine learning. So that's what I do. Clinical trials, we have a biostat department, right? So they do statistical stuff, and then I add value to that using my expertise and experience in the industry. So that's who I am. Besides that, I also teach as an adjunct faculty Python and statistics courses when I have time. And more importantly, I think beside my full-time job, I spend all of my time actually teaching, like this, creating free resources. And sadly, not many people watches them. So, but that's okay. I feel good that I'm creating this valuable content, and they are actually valuable. But sometimes valuable things are not valued until very late in life. Okay, so I don't really care about that. So if one or two people can get benefited, and that will be my, that's how I feel content. I feel happy that I help someone. So that is the initiative. So that's who I am. And then I am making it, taking it to a different level now. I think in the past 2-3 years, I provided feedback to, students who are successfully working in the industry. Again, that was not through this kind of initiative. They just knew me, happened to know me, and I provided them the consultant, and they gave me feedback that really helped. So I thought, okay, maybe I can start with a few if I can help. Now this is experimental. It might not help, but what I believe is that at least you will get an opportunity to hear my perspective. And every person has their own opinion, has their own experience, right? In life experience. So you might get something, right? Something from my perspective, and then that might help you. And that might not help you, but again, it's free. You are not losing anything. So if you want, you can stay. If you think that no, this is not helping you that much, then definitely you have nothing to lose. Yeah. Does that help?
Yes, thank you. The rolling back to the first question, as you can see, I was unaware of you because I have such bad networking skills. So back to the first question is, would you be also providing some mentorship around like networking, I guess?
This will come naturally. Like, when so how it will work. It's not gonna be like I'll be teaching something on a PowerPoint deck, or I'll create some video lecture. No, it will not be like that. It will be like a conversation. So you will have like we're having right now. This is in a webinar setting, but that will be like a more like a typical Zoom meeting setup. So we will have conversation together. So you will ask questions like this. Okay, how do I network and so on, and then I will help. I'll explain, and I'll probably provide some guidance. That's how I might do it, because think of it. I don't want to make it a course, and it has two problems. There are already too many courses out there, right? And I want you to get direct access to me so that you can ask me question and I can solve your problem right away. Okay, so that's the time that I will dedicate. Okay, and my time is really valuable. You know that those who are in the US, you know that my time is not cheap, but I offer it free. That's why it is sometimes not valued, but that's okay. But that's why I'll be very selective in picking who I want to pick. So I will only pick those who are really serious and those who have the potential to be, because, as I mentioned, I cannot mentor someone who is in Bangladesh because they might get benefit from from my mentorship, but that's not gonna help the goal of this offer. Okay. So yes, networking, meaning that yes, definitely we can strategize, as part of it, I'll help you, or review your LinkedIn profile. So that's why I'll keep this number of mentee to be 5. Maybe I might start with a little bit more, like, because I know what will happen, there will be dropout, right? And this is just the nature of it. Like, people will not like me. That's perfectly fine. And so that eventually maybe 3, 4, if they are, then I want to help them. I want to walk them through. And my success metric is to get you initial interview screening. So that's the first thing. And then of course, if you have experience and if you are already working, then definitely you know that. So for those, the next metric would be to actually get you the real interview, with the hiring managers or the teammates and so on. And that's when I want to share. I want to help you with that. So that's kind of the goal at the moment.
Thank you so much for your answers.
Sure. Right, Rocky Buzzaman, please go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
So I'm a recent graduate, not the recent graduate. I did finished my master's in last December actually, and currently I'm on OPT, and I have tried. I'm still trying to get into a job. I already came across few of the interviews, but unluckily it didn't work yet. But I'm still hopeful to get something. But when I looked at your notification in the Facebook about the mentorship program, so I really became interested to get into that. Then that's why I'm here today. But I heard about your criteria to get into the program, but from my standpoint, as I've already graduated and it's been like a couple of months from after that. So am I be able to compete to get into the program? That's my question actually.
Okay, so looks like you will be, but again, I'll have to create a form so that I'll have all the information there, very basic information, as I mentioned, your work authorization here, and if you have any prior experience with data analytics, either through job or internship, those are the criteria. Yeah.
Okay.
What I don't want, as I mentioned, that I cannot teach you. For example, what I'll do is, for instance, I might give you a problem. Okay, so this is the problem. Work on it and bring, create a 10-minute presentation as if your hiring manager has asked you of this. So now, if you don't know how to analyze data, then you are not a good fit for this program, unfortunately.
That's pretty perfect. Yeah, that's pretty perfect. Yeah,
You
that's
got
pretty
it, right?
perfect.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
the
because
point. Yeah.
yeah, I'm used to work in actually retail sales and analytics in Bangladesh before I come here to pursue my second master. So I have like a couple of years experience, but yeah, I agree with you. Like you are not here to teach how to write the code.
Right.
So you want to test people like who knows actually they have at least a basic knowledge of doing the math and present it with the conclusion. So
Exactly.
I'm okay with it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Think of it like as if I will be, as if I'm the hiring manager, and 5 or 6 of you are the candidates. So what I would expect from you? So what kind of readiness I would expect? So that kind of readiness I need for to get into this mentorship program. Okay, so that's the goal.
That makes sense. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. So far, whoever has spoken, I think you're all eligible. I mean, that's what I feel. But again, I'll forget. I cannot remember your names. Okay, so when I do the survey, like I'll share a form so that you fill that in, and then I'll you can mention that you spoke during the Zoom session, then so that I can recall. Okay, so that's kind of how it will work. Again, I can't remember people's names, and of course, I interact with so many people, so I cannot I cannot remember. All right, so Masuma, go ahead, please.
Can I speak Bangla?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, জি অবশ্যই বলেন। জি।
আচ্ছা। ফার্স্ট অফ অল আমি আপনাকে খুব থ্যাংক ইউ দিতে চাই, কারণ আপনি মাইট নট আমাকে রিমেম্বার করছেন, বাট আমি অনেক আগে আপনার মেন্টরশিপ চাইছিলাম যে আপনাকে মেন্টরশিপ করবেন কিনা, আপনি না বলছিলেন, বাট থ্যাংক ইউ, আপনি অ্যাটলিস্ট আপনি থিঙ্ক করছেন আমাদের জন্য।
ওকে ওকে, দ্যাটস গুড যে আপনি অনেকদিন ধরে জিনিসটা, তার মানে আপনি লেগে আছেন, দ্যাটস ভেরি
হ্যাঁ,
ইম্পর্টেন্ট।
এবং আমি আরেকটা বিষয়ে থ্যাংক ইউ দিতে চাই যে আমি আপনার একটা পাইথন ফ্রি কোর্স করছি। ও মাই গড, ইটস রিয়েলি রিয়েলি গুড, ইটস লাইক ইউএস স্ট্যান্ডার্ড। সো আমি এটা ডান করছি, এখন আমি আবার নেক্সট ডে আপনার জাস্ট যেটা পেইড আছে এটাতে আমি যাব, কারণ আমি ফার্স্ট আমি দেখতে চাইছিলাম যে আমি আসলে আপনারটা আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড করি কিনা। ইটস পারফেক্টলি ফাইন ফর মি।
Yeah, thank you so much for the feedback. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, so yeah,
তো আমি
definitely.
আরেকটু বলতে চাই যে
জি,
এখন তো দেখা যাচ্ছে অনেক মানুষ, আপনি জাস্ট 5 জন বলছেন, এখন আমি হাউ টু আই মেক শিওর লাইক আই ওয়ান্না বি ইন দিস প্রোগ্রাম, লাইক আমি এখন
Okay.
হাউ
আপনি বলেন আপনার সিচুয়েশনটা বলেন তাহলে শুনি।
আমার সিচুয়েশন হয়েছে, আমি এখন জব করতেছি, রাইট, বাট আমি খুব ইন্টারেস্ট হেলথ কেয়ার সম্পর্কে।
Okay.
তো বাট হেলথ কেয়ার ইস এ লট। আমি চাইছিলাম যে হেলথ কেয়ার, ওকে হেলথ কেয়ার ওরা কি কি চায়, এ লট। তো আমি টোটালি লস্ট। তো আমি আপনাকে অনেকদিন যাবত ফলো করতেছি, আমি জানি আপনার ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড, তো আমার কাছে মনে হয়েছে যে ইজ দ্য পারফেক্ট।
Okay,
এন্ড
we'll see.
আমি এখানে ব্যাচেলর করছি ডাটা অ্যানালিটির উপরে, ইভেন তো আমি জব করতেছি এজ এ বিজনেস অপারেশন অ্যানালিস্ট হিসেবে। And you don't have to teach me, you just give me the guidance, that's it.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I want this type of people. Okay.
But
So
this looks like so many people are already qualified, they are better than me. So now I'm worried about, oh my God, I need to speak.
okay, that's fine, no problem. Definitely. I always set hard rules, which I I can't keep. Okay, especially when I offer something, because যারা আপনি অলরেডি জানেন আমাকে, সেটা হচ্ছে যে I always offer more than, I mean, I try. Okay,
Right,
it's not
right,
about,
right.
I'm not saying that I always can do that, but
And
I try.
আরেকটা ব্যাপারে কিন্তু লাইক আমি জানতাম না যে আপনি হায়ারিং ম্যানেজার বা হায়ারিং করেন, বাট আই নো আই এম সো লাকি যে আমি আপনার সাথে কথা বলতে পারছি, কারণ আমি এখন আমি অ্যাপ্লাই করি সো মেনি জবে, সো আই নো হাউ হার্ড টু গেট ইন দ্য হায়ারিং ম্যানেজার। ও মাই গড, এভরি টাইম আমি লিঙ্কডইনে খুঁজি জাস্ট ইমেল, জাস্ট আমি ওদেরকে একটা ইমেল করতে পারবো, ইটস রিয়েলি হার্ড। এবং আমি সো মেনি ইমেল করি, সাম অফ দেম রিপ্লাই, সাম অফ দেম নট, বাট আমি জাস্ট আপনার সাথে কথা বলতে পারছি, এটা আমার কাছে খুব মানে মানে লাকি মনে হইতেছে। থ্যাংক ইউ ফর ইউর টাইম ইজ রিয়েলি ইম্পর্টেন্ট।
Well, thank you so much. আপনি এবং যারা এখানে জয়েন করছেন, থ্যাংক ইউ যে আম, মানে আমার কাছ থেকে কিছু মেন্টরশিপ নিতে চাইছেন, এর জন্য আমি খুশি। বাট ইফ আই ক্যান অ্যাড ভ্যালু, ইফ আই ক্যান রিয়েলি হেল্প, ইফ মাই মেন্টরশিপ হেল্পস, that will be my success. Otherwise, we have to define it. You can tell me what would help, so I can, and I'll try to help. All right, so
Thank
that's
you
my
so
goal.
much.
That's, you can think of that. Okay, so that will satisfy me. Basically, that's what my goal. All right. আচ্ছা, এখানে
Okay,
কেউ কমেন্ট করছেন? আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে। Okay. All right.
thank
Perfect.
you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. So, okay. So, YouTube যারা আছেন, okay, তারা তো এখনো কোনো কমেন্ট করছেন না। ইউটিউবে কেউ অত দেখছে না, because this is actually not a good time for most people. All right. So, but এই সময়টা আমার জন্য একটু ভালো হয়েছে, বিকজ স্যাটারডেতে ফ্যামিলি, আমি একটু বাইরে যাবো আর কি, ফ্যামিলিদেরকে নিয়ে। সো আই থট দ্যাট দিস ইজ দ্য বেস্ট টাইম। অলরাইট, সো সময় নষ্ট না করে আর কার কোন কোশ্চেন আছে কিনা? উৎপল, দাঁড়ান, উৎপল বলেন।
Hi, thank you, Anna, sir, for your
Yeah,
nice initiative.
excuse me.
I actually follow you for quite a long time, and it seems like the perfect course, I would say, like the mentorships that you are offering right now for me. So I came here in US in F1 status as a student, I'm PhD in epidemiology program, and I'm now in my second year. So in the next year, exactly this time, I would be graduate. So I think that within this 1 year of time frame that you have mentioned, that so it will give me the leverage to like prepare for the next journey when I graduate. So as an epidemiologist, so I want to work in like pharmacological industry. So I believe this platform or your mentorship would really benefit me out of this. Uh, so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, looking forward to your mentorship.
Definitely, yeah. No, if you are, because my experience is in the healthcare,
Mhm.
I don't know how to navigate this when I started. And I know that many of our people, like Bangladeshi people, they don't know it. Bangladesh, they don't know it. And unfortunately, they don't want to know it either. They think that they will figure it out. And by the time they will figure it out, it will be late.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought that this is a gap, this is a void I want to fill
Mhm.
to help you. So of course, because you're in AP, every pharma company has an HEOR department. So you can work there.
Mhm.
Even in the hospital side also, there is an HEOR you can work. But yeah, definitely I can help. Yeah, I know this landscape and I know how to properly
Mhm.
uh, how do I say? For example, students don't know how to apply for job, where to apply, how to approach this. So I can help you with that.
Mhm.
So I know a little bit about it. So yeah.
And absolutely, I believe like you are you are in like perfect perfect industrial area that I want to go for. I mean, you are working in health industry and you have explored like all the areas of health industry, insurance, pharmaceuticals, hospital settings. So like any of these areas, like having my background in public health back in Bangladesh. So I believe if I want to go for like
Yeah.
pharmaceutical industry or like in hospital settings,
Yeah.
so your mentorship would be really helpful as you have all those like the similar, very, very similar background.
Yeah. That's definitely good. One thing I want to mention here is that,
Okay.
For a hiring manager, networking is very important. Meaning, if I get a resume through someone that is immediately that stands out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is that's very important. If you just apply,
Mhm.
there is a kind of, if 500 people applies, your chance is 1/500, right? But
Mhm.
if someone refers you,
Mhm.
your chance of getting reviewed is close to 100%. Think about that. It will be
Absolutely.
reviewed and you will probably get at least an initial interview. So that's
Absolutely.
a big deal actually. So this networking is important, and I'll share like how to find those networks. And thanks to LinkedIn, it is these days it
Mhm.
is easy actually. But you have to make some cold messages.
Mhm. Mhm.
Sometimes they will not respond, but that's okay. But you have to try. So if you knock 100 doors, at least
Mhm.
one, two, or three will open. But if you think that, oh no, I don't know who lives in the other
Mhm.
side of the door, I don't want to knock it,
Mhm.
then it's never going to open. Okay, so you have to change some mindset also. Anyway, so talk about that. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Um,
Okay. Thank you for the
uh,
opportunity. Yeah.
of
Thank you.
course, yeah. Okay. Looks like we already have like 5, 6 interested potential mentee. All right. Who else is there? Who else? This is your opportunity to tell me about you. Jannatul Firdaus. Let me see. Where is your? Okay. All right. Jannatul Firdaus, you are allowed to talk. Unmute yourself and then you can talk.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Um, actually, I completed my master's in statistics from Bangladesh, not from USA. But I am very much interested in data analytics. For my husband's purpose, I am here. He is doing his postdoc in Emory University
Okay.
in microbiology. But after listening to everyone, I understand that I am not perfect. but if I get a chance, it will be very good for me. I I have done some courses as well. I already done your course. This is really game changer for me. Actually, so if I don't get a chance this time, what what can I do for get a chance the next time?
Okay. I don't know. Like I don't know how to prepare again, as I mentioned. So you are in the US. What's your work authorization? Are you allowed to?
I have work authorization, and my first step is done for green card,
Okay.
and
All right.
I
If you
do
have work
many
authorization, yeah.
courses. I
Okay.
do many courses, and I applied for job, entry level job especially, because I have not any university degree from here, but I try, and I really so much interested, especially healthcare in data analytics.
Yeah. It gets a little bit difficult
Yeah,
to make it a strong case if you are not
yeah,
if you do not have a degree from the country you are applying for jobs in. So
yes,
like in Canada, if you have a Canadian degree, that is more valuable than having a US degree. But in US,
okay,
US is a little bit broad. Meaning, if you have a degree in the US or Canada,
okay,
that's good. Even
yeah,
UK is good. Bangladesh is okay; they accept it. But again, there is a thing that
yeah,
they think, okay, so you have done it like quite some time ago, so
yeah,
it is low in their priority. Why? Because they already have fresh graduates here,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
sure,
so you have to prove your case that you are a strong candidate. So if you are not a strong candidate, then you have to become a strong candidate first.
okay,
Um, and then, as I mentioned earlier today, that
yes,
building a track record is very important. So you have to have a track record. So if you have gaps in your work history, or academic studies or whatever, so that's very difficult to
I understand.
convince. Yeah. So that's very difficult to convince. So maybe we'll see. Okay, so I'm not
Okay,
sure if depending on how it goes, how many people. If there are 20 eligible people, then
yeah,
definitely that's the problem. Okay,
yeah, there are so much
yeah,
eligible
we'll
people
see.
here.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you,
Again, thank you
thank you,
so much for your
thank you,
thoughts. You're welcome.
thank you.
Zubair, please go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum assalam wa
How are you,
rahmatullah.
sir?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine.
Good.
Well, sir, I have only done my first semester in business analytics program in masters, and I can do my graduation by this year or the next spring. It also depends on your suggestions as a mentor. So I'm planning to be prepared for the internship and the job role as well. Depending on your answer, may I ask you what should be the better choice for my graduation? Like, should I graduate by this year or should I continue my study for the next year?
That's a tough question. I have to know your situation, right? I don't know about your scenario, situation. Like, um, so it's I cannot just give you a recommendation
Mm.
like that.
So,
Yeah.
so I worked as a Power BI developer back in Bangladesh for 9 months,
Okay.
and I have Power BI certifications, and also I know SQL and R. I also did multiple projects in my universities in machine learning. So now I am confident with handling data in Power BI, SQL, and R. So these are my skill right now. I have to make myself prepare for the
So
next step.
what's your status in the US?
Okay, so I am an F1 student, and I am currently have completed like only one semester.
I see. Okay. So again, this is definitely not about, immigration or anything. I'm not expert. I do not consult, I do not give any consult on immigration issues. But as in general, I can tell you that if you do not have work authorization yet, that will be a problem, meaning that no one is going to even want to talk to you. That's just the reality, sad reality. Okay. But at least what you can do is you can lower your expectation that, okay, if I get 5 interview calls, I know that they will not get through. They will not go past the first step because I need sponsorship, right? OPT or whatever. But if you can get those 5 initial interview, I think that you can call it a success. Okay, so that's how I would approach it. But of course, work authorization is very important. That now whether to graduate or not, it depends on that, right? So again, because this is live, it will be on YouTube. I don't want to give explicit answer to that, but you plan accordingly, like what works best for you. Securing a position is important. So you might want to stay enrolled, but again, do within the legal framework, meaning that do not violate any rules. Always follow the rules, and there are lots of opportunities you can explore within staying within obeying the immigration laws, because it's very important as a citizen. We should obey and respect the local laws. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
And I am also looking for the opportunities for your mentorship.
Okay.
Your teaching style is really impressive, and I really like your teaching style, and I am really grateful to have you. Thank you very much.
Good to hear that. Thank you so much. I mentioned in one of the YouTube videos, I think, or I don't know, maybe I did not post that. So is that learning happens best if you can attach, if you like, or if you love the instructor. That really helps. Again, some likes me, others don't. So that's just a reality. All right. So yeah, if you like me, then maybe you might get benefited. Definitely, then whatever I say, you might hear it, you might listen to it. Okay, Tasmin Akhtar. Sorry, yeah, Tasmin Akhtar. You can, please go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Okay, I have 2 questions. One is, how is the job field right now? Actually, I'm also graduated. I graduated. I have done my master's last December, and right now I'm doing a job. It's not like voluntary job for my first year OPT, and I'm trying for a better position. I'm applying for jobs, but didn't get any. I got few interviews, but didn't get a real good job yet. So most of the people says that the job field is very tough, and it's not like there are not quite jobs. Is it true?
It is, and again, but it depends. Like we are still hiring, meaning we need people. In fact, in my group, we need people, and we might look for people, but when we advertise, we do not find people. That's a sad thing. But on the other hand, of course, the job market is very tough right now. I typically used to get a lot of interview calls myself. Okay, I still get interview calls, but those are now few. Like maybe I get one a week, like one email per week. So that is very, I would say, very slow. Typically, I would get like a multiple emails from recruiters every day, but now it is slow. So that's the situation. But there are different kinds of jobs, like a state jobs, local government jobs, CDC and many other organizations, banks and other financial organizations. They still hire. Uh, and one thing is, most jobs are actually not posted, and that is that that I now know it. like we have, let's say this is how it works. Again, I'm not giving you example from my current experience, but being in this industry and in this kind of position, I can share something. Most of the time, what happens is that the job is posted after we know the candidate. Okay, so that's just the reality. So that's why the networking is so important. Okay, so if you have a network, if you get, again, how do you find that network? Again, you have to target specific industry, maybe a specific company. You have to target, and then you have to find that person who you want to work with, and then you have to build that network. So that's how it works.
Actually, I didn't get it. If you already got the candidate, then why do you post?
Because we have to hire that candidate through a post, right?
Oh,
You
okay.
can't just
Got
hire
it.
the candidate directly. We have to go through the process. So
So is it the conclusion that there are less job, more candidate?
that is always the case, but on the other hand, all the hiring managers will say this thing, including myself, that when we post a job for a job, again, not all the jobs are pre-selected, of course, only a few, but when we post something, we do not get enough good candidates even to compare. You see, there are two sides. One is from our side, when we post, we don't find the people we need. And then we always hear that, oh, there are so many people, there are not many jobs. So why is this? What is the situation? So that's the discrepancy you have to understand. I posted a video a long time ago, the hiring manager's perspective. It's on my YouTube. You can go and search it. So again, the perception of a fresh graduate is that, oh, okay, I did master's in data science, I know Python, I did some project and blah, blah, blah. And they think that, oh, I'm a strong candidate. You are not. You see? So that's the sad reality. So that's the gap. Your perception and what we need, what we look for in a candidate. So if there is a huge gap, we hesitate. Okay, so the candidate who can reduce that gap, those are the candidates we look for. Okay, so one other thing, if I summarize in a one sentence, what does a hiring manager want? In one statement, I'll say this: a hiring manager wants someone who can run the show by himself or herself. Meaning, the hiring manager should not be telling everything, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that. That's what the hiring manager wants. Hiring manager wants someone who will say, here is my business problem. There you go. And then you have to do it yourself. Okay, so that easy to say, right? But you have to actually comprehend what it means. A fresh graduate who has no prior experience, never handled a real life data, never spoke to the stakeholder, business stakeholder, non-technical person, but they have a perception, oh, I graduated with a GPA 4, which is great, but the coursework, the project that you did in a coursework, again, depending on the project, but typical, let's say, homework assignment, those are not useful. Those doesn't cut, because those problems do not build your persona. Problem solver. You are not a problem solver yet with just a degree. Okay, so that's the gap. Thanks for asking this question, actually. So that's why we get 500 resumes, but we do not find the candidate. You see? So you have to stand out. Because you think about it, everyone has a degree, the same degree. Data science, statistics, engineering, right? Everyone has it. We cannot differentiate between that. What differentiates? Everyone will say, oh, I know Python. Everyone will say, I applied machine learning, right? You have to demonstrate something different. So what is that difference? It's not that Titanic data set, building a machine learning. Do not do that. Don't say I built a Titanic, I fitted a machine learning on Titanic data set. You are immediately rejected because that's not helpful these days. Okay. So I'm just giving you an example. So you really have to see, you have to tell a story, a real problem that you actually solve. Okay, so again, this is, sometimes the candidates have the skill set, but they do not have the presentation skill set. And I'll share one thing before I end today. I interviewed like all kinds of candidates from top schools to ordinary schools. Most of the time, what people do is they try to impress the manager with the technical skills they have. And I'm telling you this, managers are not impressed with technical ability. Managers will be impressed if you can communicate very simple thing. What problem did you solve? What was the problem? What was the actual problem? Okay. And then how did you solve it? Write it down and remember this. When you give an interview, do not talk about your technical thing. Not at all. Not initially. Never say, I fit a deep learning model. If you say this, I say, okay, I'm done. Because why? Because I have no clue. Why did you use deep learning? See, you understand my point? So you have to understand it. So this is by and large, most candidates have this issue. This is what you call communicating. You are not communicating. You are just trying to impress me with your technical ability, which I'm not, going to be impressed at all. I will be impressed if you can say, okay, it's very simple. I'll tell you the answer. This is the problem that my team was facing. Why is this a problem? Because it was impacting like too much workload, too much work hours, too much money. That's the problem we want to solve. And then they called me and I understood. I, talked to them, try to understand the problem. And then I developed a plan to solve it. And I built a proof of concept. This is how I'm going to solve it. And I showed it to them if they agree, if it makes sense. They gave me feedback. I updated it. And I solved it. You see, I did not bring any technical thing. Did I say anything? What model I built? What deep learning model I built? How big the data was? Like how complicated it was? How much time it took to run the model for 3 days? No manager cares about those things. Okay, again, this is my style of saying, okay, of course, there are some managers who will care, but you get the point. Technical stuff come next. Okay, now you can say this is how you should say. Okay, for this, I evaluated several algorithms, several approaches, and this is what I did. It was like a XGBoost classifier model or a LSTM or a deep learning, depending on situation. And then you say this, again, you don't go further than this. If you want to learn more, I can elaborate. You see, you leave it there. And then the hiring manager will immediately say, yes, please, go ahead. That's how the communication should go. If you start with, I fit a deep learning model, the conversation is end right there. You see that point? It's very simple, right? Everyone knows it. But why do people make the same mistake? Because you have to develop your mindset also. You are not a candidate to impress them. You are there to have a conversation with the hiring manager. And that's what hiring managers like. Don't try to impress them because they are smarter than you. Okay. What do you mean by that? Because they deal with these interviews a lot, right? I give you an example. I give that. Do not try to dodge a customs officer at an airport. Don't try to hide things because they have seen those 1,000 times. You have no new way of hiding it. I'm telling you. Okay, so don't try to hide it. So same thing here. Do not try to impress or outsmart the hiring manager. You won't be able to because they have seen it all over the years. You get my point? So again, these are the type of conversation I will have during the mentorship. Okay, so that will help you. Again, it's a conversation, but it will help you, I believe, if you are ready to receive this kind of strategy and the messaging.
Yes, sir. I got your point that I have to be simple, but my conversation have to be effective. And I have one more question. Do you have for that, or should I go?
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Do I have for?
Like, I have one more question. Do you have
Okay,
time?
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. But if the meeting ends abruptly, that means it is ending. But go ahead.
Okay. So other question is, as we already mentioned of the job field, I saw a few of my friends, they graduated from with their masters, and they even didn't try for job field. They went for PhD. They were saying that job field is pretty tough. We should go for PhD. And do you, I don't know actually, do you count PhD experience as a job ready experience? After doing PhD, people will get job easily more than master's graduate?
My experience is mixed. Of course, someone who has a PhD, they are more mature, right? They have, they have more experience solving a problem, going through the emotional, psychological roller coaster and that kind of thing. So that's a different type of qualification. Okay, but definitely, if again, there is no right or wrong answer. It really depends. Okay. For example, the teammate that I had, he has a PhD. That's just so happened that he has a PhD. But the more important thing is the PhD didn't count. I mean, I did not evaluate that candidate for his PhD. I counted more on his experience, the type of work we do, or the type of problem we deal with. That candidate has done something. That is the most important qualification. It's not the PhD. Yeah. But someone who has a master's degree with 5 years of experience, then definitely that is a more preferable candidate, actually.
Yeah, I got my answer. Thank you very much.
Sure. You're welcome. All right. Again, just a reminder that this is not a guarantee, or I'm not offering any job, or I'm not giving you any guarantees, and I'm not getting any money by giving you this free advice. Just to be on the record, because this is being recorded on live, and it will be there on YouTube. So I just wanted to make sure this financial disclosure that's important. Okay. All right. So who else? So I think we are up on time. So 10, 15, 16 here. Okay. So maybe I have set it for 1.5 hours, but if there is no other question, then we can end right there. Okay. I think there is a question on আমি independent research course করতে চাই। Okay. একজন ইউটিউবে প্রশ্ন করছেন sorry, independent research course করতে চাই। Wow. Okay. So রিসার্চ কোর্সের ডিসকাশন আজকে না, আম সরি তৌসিফ, রাইট? তৌসিফ, ওইটা হচ্ছে আপনি ডেটা স্কুলে যে কোর্সের লিঙ্কটা আছে সেখানে ইউ ক্যান গো অ্যাহেড এন্ড গো অ্যান্ড সাইন আপ। Okay. So there is a video there what this course about and others. You can learn more and you can sign up. All the options are there. All right. Thank you so much for attending live. I appreciate it. All right. Who else? Is there any other question? Is there anyone? If not, I'll call it a day and then I'll pray and then I'll sleep. Okay, what time is that? All right, looks like there's no other questions. So I really, again, thank you so much. I really appreciate your interest. And I think we have some interested, enthusiastic individuals whom I can help. And it would be my pleasure to help you if I can. And if I can help you in any way, that would be my success. And I'll feel good about that that, of course, I'm through this, and I'll learn how to make this better. And we'll see how it goes. Again, there's no guarantee that I'll continue offering this, even like a paid internship. Probably not. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right. So with that, I will end here. Again, thank you so much, and I hope you have a good rest of the day or rest of the evening, and maybe we'll and I'll watch out for my message on the WhatsApp group. I don't know if I should post on the WhatsApp group or not. Maybe I should post on who just attended this webinar. Okay, so we'll see to further filter it down. All right. Anyway, so if I post on WhatsApp group, make sure you mention that you spoke to me during the live meeting. All right. So that way I'll know that you are the person. All right, Umar, thank you so much. Ashraf, Mamun, thank you. Thank you, Ashraf. Yeah. All right. Thank you much. All right. All right.